Hey y'all, this week's video is all about crescent rolls. Every recipe in here uses one simple ingredient, which is a crescent roll. So if you've got that and you've got just a couple other things, then I'm sure you can find something tasty to make. So I have 5 different crescent roll recipes and we're going to dive right on into them because you're not going to want to miss this. So let's go and get cooking, y'all. Come on, let's go. All right, y'all, so first and foremost, we're going to make a sausage and cream cheese bake. So you'll need some crescent rolls, 2 rolls of it, 2 packs of cream cheese. I'm doubling this, and then 2 rolls of sausage, so 2 pounds of sausage, and then an egg for egg wash. If you don't have an egg or you don't want to use eggs, because we all know they're scarce, brush some milk on the top of it and it'll work just as fine. So to start out, you'll just want to go ahead and brown up your sausage. Like I said, I'm doubling this. The original recipe only calls for a pound, and I'll have it linked down below. But you'll just want to brown this up and get it chopped up as good as you want, or if you want to leave it chunky, that's fine. While that is browning, you'll just take 1 can of your crescent rolls. If you can find the dough sheets, it works so much better, but if not, this works just as fine. But you'll just smash them on in there and try to make all those seams fit at least as good as you can. I know sometimes it's hard to do that, but you just want to smash it into the bottom of your dish, and then we will go in with the cream cheese and sausage mixture. So once your sausage is brown, you'll take some softened cream cheese. I just threw it in the microwave for a little bit just to kind of make it easier to spread. But that's what we're doing here. I'm just going to go ahead and mix that on in well until it's all nice and creamy, and then we will dump it on into the crescent rolls first dough sheet, and then we'll top it with the other one. Brush that egg wash or milk on it, bake it at 350 until it is golden brown and bubbly like you see right here. And y'all, this one is sure to please. It is so good, it's so much flavor, and I just always typically serve it up with some scrambled eggs on the side. But there it is. All right, y'all, so up next we are making a breakfast pizza, because who doesn't love a pizza? And this one is just about breakfast. So this is definitely right up our alley. So I'm showing you everything you'll need right here. Just some eggs, a sausage packet, some cheese, crescent rolls, of course, and then I have sausage links, but you can always use ground sausage as well. And then, of course, some chives. So to start out with, I just have my sausage links over there cooking in a little bit of water because they were frozen, and while those are cooking, I'm just going to start my package gravy. And I put just a little bit less water than what it calls for, because you want that gravy to just be a little bit thicker. And that's why you just cut back the water. Not a lot, but just a little bit. And then you'll just stir that on up, and then we will go ahead and break apart that sausage here next. I'm just showing you the consistency of that gravy, but this is so good, y'all. So break up that sausage, or if you have ground sausage, you would have already cooked that and browned it on up. But I'm just going to go ahead and chop this up to how we like it when we put it on our pizza. We just like it like small crumbles. That way it's all over the pizza instead of big old hunks. But however you want it, that'll be fine. We're going to go ahead and bust open these eggs and get those scrambled up for the egg part on the pizza. I just put a little bit of Badia Complete in there, and I'm thinking that's all I used in that. Just wanted to keep it kind of simple. We'll whisk those on up and then cook those in the same pan that the sausage was cooked in. So I just remove it and I add a little bit of butter to that skillet, just so where, you know, it's enough to coat the pan, as you can see right here. Once that's melted, I'll go ahead and dump in those eggs. We'll scramble them on up, and then we'll be ready to start assembling that pizza. It's just as easy as this, y'all. And I promise you, it's going to be a winner. You can make it for breakfast, if you have a brunch, even a supper, whatever you want to do for this. I'm promising you all, you will enjoy it. And you could always change up the toppings or add more toppings, however you want to do it. But I just went ahead and smashed both of those cans of the crescent rolls in there, and I'm going to par bake it a little bit so it's not doughy, because you're going to put that gravy on top, and that's why I'm testing it right there. It wasn't no more, no longer tacky. So that's when you want to just go ahead and spoon over that gravy and just smooth it on out. That way you have your pizza sauce already on there. And like I said, just spread it as evenly as possible before you start putting those toppings on. And then feel free to put on there whatever you like. So we're going to start with our eggs here and just make sure everything is coated. And then that's when we'll go in with our crumbled up sausage. And like I said, this is why I choose to keep the bite-sized pieces, just because it's easier to spread over the whole pizza. Next, we're going to come in with our chopped up bacon. I thought I did, but I wasn't 100% sure. Like I said, it's completely customizable, and that's what it's there for. So once you have the bacon on there, you'll just start spreading on that cheese, as much or as little as you want. Of course, y'all know, if you've been here a while, that I love me some cheese, just like I love my garlic. But after the cheese, you just sprinkle on your chives, and then you'll be ready to put this in the oven at 350 just until it's golden brown. Probably 15 to 20 minutes. You just have to keep an eye on it. You don't want it to burn on the bottom, but you want to make sure everything is warmed all the way up, since everything is cooked. But y'all, this is absolutely delicious, and I hope y'all give it a try. All right, y'all, so this probably was one of our favorites out of all 5. So I'm just going to make some cream cheese apple crescent bites. I just have some apple pie filling, 2 cans of crescent rolls, some cinnamon, vanilla, some sugar, and of course our cream cheese. And then we're just going to go ahead and start making these. So to start out with, you want to just warm up your cream cheese a little bit. I had this set out at room temperature for a while, but it wasn't as enough malleable as I wanted it, so I just heated it up, and then I added in some sugar, and of course a little bit of cinnamon and some vanilla go in the mix. Gotta have it. Cook with your heart. I'll have the original recipe linked down below, but you got to cook with how your family likes it or what you would like. Sometimes I don't always follow a recipe. If you've been here, you'll know this, but I always try to link the original one down below. I've gotten a lot of comments as to why everything I make is typically different than what I link. That is why, because I make it to how my family is going to like it. But anyways, enough of that rambling. Once you got that cream cheese mixture all mixed up and smooth, you just set it aside, and we're going to go ahead and work on these crescent rolls. But we're just going to shape them into like little Danish circles and kind of make the sides a little bit thicker. That way we have a home for the cream cheese and the pie filling. So I'm just going to go ahead and do all those, and just like that, they're done. I do not par bake these because it's going to have to cook for a little bit. So what I did is I kind of let them sit on the oven while I chopped up these apples, and they kind of got just a little bit puffier, I should say. They didn't sit there very long, but my oven was on, so that heat kind of helped them kind of puff up a little bit. So we'll start out with our cream cheese filling in each one, and you just want to do a healthy helping of it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. And once you have all of those in there, then you'll start layering on the chopped up apples. You could leave the apple slices whole if you wanted to, but I just decided to chop them on up and just to get them in bite-sized pieces. That way it was easier to bite through or cut through, whatever you want to when you serve them up. But these things were so good, and they will definitely be made again and again and again because they are phenomenal. All right, so the cream cheese is already done and on every one of them, and then I'm just going to put some spoonfuls or a forkful, whatever you got handy, that's what we use here. So we just put some on the top of each one of those, and then I'm going to sprinkle it with this Cinnamon Toast Crunch, this cinnamon and sugar, just over the top lightly, or if you want a lot, go ahead, go for it. And then once that's sprinkled in there, they'll go into a 350-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. Like I said, you got to just keep an eye on these things just until they're to your liking and they're browned on the bottom. So while those are in the oven, I'm going to make an icing for them. And I'm eyeballing everything here, y'all. I think the original recipe had a glaze, but I'm just going to make it my way. So I have about a cup of powdered sugar in there, and I'm going to put about a quarter cup, start with a quarter cup, and then if you need more, go ahead and do that until it is a nice thick glaze right here, icing. I did put a little bit of vanilla in there as well, but here they are hot and fresh out of the oven, and y'all, these were so good. Just wanted to show you what they look like before we cover them in all this sweet, ooey gooey icing. So we're going to just go ahead and squeeze that. I just put it in a Ziploc baggie and cut that tip off. That way it's easier to distribute, because I tried it with a spoon and y'all, it didn't work. It didn't work at all. But we're just going to go ahead and get these all glazed up, and then we're going to sit down and try them because they were phenomenal. I hope you give them a try. All right, so my son asked me to make these. He had been talking about them for a while, so I figured I'd just go ahead and make them. So you'll need 1 to 2 cans of crescent rolls, depending on how many you want to make. I've got a package of the sausage links here, some sliced cheddar cheese, and of course some eggs. I'm just going to start by scrambling up those eggs. Simple, easy peasy. You can't beat this one, and they are fantastic. A quick, easy go breakfast. You can prep them ahead of time or freeze them even after you've cooked them, because I'm pretty sure they would heat up pretty well. So once I get these eggs scrambled, that's when I'll go ahead and just cook that sausage. I just cooked them all at once because it's easy. You do not have to cook these all the way through, since they're going to go in the oven to cook the crescent rolls and melt that cheese. But I just browned them up really well. And then I start out, after I have my crescent rolls in here, I put a little bit of cheese on each crescent roll, and then I put a sausage link and some eggs. And then that's when the fun begins, trying to roll these things up. I ain't gonna lie, it was a little bit of a struggle, but I made it work. And then I decided to brush these with a little bit of an egg wash, and I put some everything but the bagel seasoning on them, and I think that made them even better. It's not in the original recipe, but sometimes, like I said, you got to think outside the box. Hope you give them a try because they were amazing. Okay, so I saved the best for last. Not really, because they were all good, but this one was really good too. So we're gonna make some crescent roll quiches. And I just have some eggs, some crescent rolls, sliced cheddar, green onions, some spinach, pepperoni, bacon, and then of course your seasoning for your eggs, and a little bitty muffin cups. So I'm just gonna go ahead and scramble the eggs with some seasoning right there. And then we're gonna start by taking each crescent roll and pushing them into these little silicone muffin cups that I have here. And then we're just gonna put some cheese in each one. I did not bake these beforehand because they have to bake for quite a while, and I figured it would overdo it. So you just put all your toppings in there, whatever you want, and then once you have all your toppings in there, that's when you fill them with some eggs in each one. You kind of have to watch when you're pouring them though, and watch how much you put in there, because you'll see here in a minute I didn't, and some of them overfilled or overflowed while baking, so just keep that in mind. But y'all, these were so good. They were addictive. So I really hope you give this one a try. Like I said, I'll have everything linked in my description box below. And I truly hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new here, hello and welcome. I'm so very happy to have you here. I hope you consider sticking around and subscribing to become part of my YouTube family. I love each and every one of my friends on here. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment below, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care, my friends. God bless. Bye.